In today's video, we are going to be taking a glance at a recent U11 basketball game that I coached. This is one of my teams that I do coach. We're in the red shirts here. But either way, I'm going to be showing you a couple of things that we did really well that your team can do well as well. In this case, a close, tight game situation. We ended up winning by 1 point, and we came back pretty much the entire game to be able to win this. So let's get down. Let's check this out, because these boys did a fantastic job. Really quickly, make sure to go check out my complete guide to the 5-out offense down in the description below. As you can see in this clip, it's pretty deadly. So first off, I'm just going to really mention that I'm not going to say any of these boys' names, just for privacy reasons because of their age. Okay, so in this first clip, what we're going to be watching is, of course, our spacing. We are completely spaced out. And what this does, especially against a team that may be being used to running a zone-style defense, or maybe not, but by spreading the floor out as we have, this can confuse a lot of the defenders at younger ages. As you can see, we're actually down right now 37-33 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock. But this player did an extremely amazing job, because what he noticed was the defense left a massive hole on this right side, and this defender was no longer paying attention to his man and the ball. He was just paying attention to these two players, which then opened up the floor for our player to be able to get to that rim and attack and get the and one foul. Fantastic job. And how he was able to do this was a quick in and out dribble right there, which then created that top foot for him to be able to attack. Once he was able to attack, he took only one dribble from the three-point line in to be able to get to that rim. And as soon as the players on the other team started to reach, he was able to protect the ball with his body and, of course, fall so that he can, of course, get the referee to call a foul. In this next clip, we are now attacking on essentially a fast break. And I always like to try to teach my players, and some of them do this naturally as well, is to attack the middle of the court as much as possible on a fast break, because this will open up opportunities for your teammates. Now, this player did a fantastic job screening that defensive player there so that we could get that pass through over here so that our guy is able to get an easy layup. See, it's not all about what you can do to score, but it's about what you can do off ball to be able to open up teammates so that they're able to score as well. And by being able to set off ball screens as we see here, this allowed our guy to score. So fantastic job. Again, I'm not naming names, but fantastic job, 28. And at this point, we just scored, which then tied up the game 39-39. We then ran a full court press. In our league, OBL, or at least the league that this game was in, we can full court press in the fourth quarter with the 10-year-olds who are playing right here. So we ran a full court press. We're actually running a 1-2-1-1. We were not totally in position right away, but they were able to turn over the ball, and we were able to get that ball back. So now we are tied 39-39 with a minute and a quarter left, and you can see my basic sideline inbounds play that we are running here. Basically, it's a box. These guys screen away. It's the same play as what we ran or what we run on the baseline. And these guys can then get open for the pass. Now, I prefer not the ball going to the point for just interception reasons, because then if they intercept it, they can go all the way down to the other end. But here we were wide open enough to be able to get that ball in, almost fumble it, but we were able to keep it alive. Anytime a player reaches, you want to teach your players to attack the rim as soon as that happens. Limit your dribbles when you are attacking. This was a good wait and could have been a foul depending on how the referee may have seen the arm being down. I really like this referee because he doesn't necessarily call too much fluff like these type of things. When your arm is down, you still get slightly blocked. Then, of course, we still made the basket anyways. It could have been an and one, but I like the refs that don't call a lot, but still call enough for it to be a good game. We are now at this point up by 2 points. They were able to get a free throw, made it 41-40, and then we were able to get one more layup. Being able to attack that rim hard and being able to finish layups is extremely important, especially in a close game. You want players to be confident enough to be able to get to that rim for layups and not just to rely on three-point shots. Coming back down the other end, we were, of course, full court pressing. They were able to beat it. And then, of course, my guard down here was able to make this shot ridiculously hard for the other team. We were able to do that because, guess what? He was able to stand straight up, not foul at all, just to contest it so that he can miss that shot. And, of course, we shoved the player here, but there was no foul called. And then, of course, anytime my players get an offensive player in the corner or anywhere close to a corner, I tell them, if you are the man on, you need to get your hands straight up. And if you are the next closest player, you need to go and trap that. Whether we are playing a man or a zone, it doesn't matter. But generally speaking, 90% of the time, I run man-to-man defenses. But anytime a player goes to a corner, automatic trap in the corners. I don't care what's happening. It has to be a trap. And then the other 3 players need to cover the paint. So we basically, anytime a player goes to the corner, go from a man defense into a zone defense in a way, just so that we can get that trap. And then if they pass it out, we go back to man. They're able to get that ball out of that trap. They were able to take a shot, but we got the rebound and also the foul, because by boxing out, this is why I always like to tell players to box out and jump for the rebound, because if the other team jumps into you while you're trying to get that rebound, you get the foul call. And this parent's very happy about that. Now, they were full court pressing us, and while I do feel confident with our press break, I would much rather have the ball at half court. And here we run it perfectly. We get the ball down into the corner. We never want to go up top because, of course, turnovers. So we get it down here, and I told my guys during the timeout, just get the ball inbounded and hold it, and try to hold it as high as you can. That way they can't rip it from you, and if they just nudge you, you can then, of course, sell the foul, as we did here. We got some free throws, but it didn't matter because we won anyways. The other thing I told my team is this. Now, this made this coach probably pretty upset, but I knew how the referees ref. I've had them millions of times before. They don't call fouls with 2 seconds left. So I told my guys, if they try to pass that ball down court, you need to hack their arms off. That's what we did there. They didn't call the foul because that's how those referees ref. You always have to understand how your refs are reffing the game so that you can win. We ended up winning that game by 1 point. It was a very hard-fought game, especially with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. We were down by 4 points with 10-year-olds. This was a massive comeback to win by 1 and a great game overall. But what we should take away from this is being able to space the floor, how to attack the basket, boxing out, trapping the corners, but also being able to stay calm in these situations, and also being able to listen to your coach, understand what your coach is telling you to do, and running exactly what he wants you to run. Being able to keep that ball high when you know that they're going to be fouling you, and understanding the referees and how they ref. Are they going to be calling it loose where you can foul and stop some baskets with a couple of seconds left? Things like that. And if they are going to be calling it a little bit more relaxed, then you can use that to your advantage. Or if they're going to be calling it tighter, you can also use that to your advantage as well. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.